Alrighty, yo, what's up? My name's Patrouski. Welcome to my Zodiac Masters Guide for PokeMMO. I'm going to be going through Kanto. You can do them in any region. If you go into my Discord and go under Lunar New Year info and then scroll down, there is a page that has this info that you can see on screen up here with all the different locations. There's one for each region if you don't have Kanto done, as well as we can also see all of these Zodiac Masters teams. I'm not going to be worried about this too much. I may glance over. So, for example, turn one, they go low punny and lead with like a teeter dance. I guess I'm just going to lead with like a sacrifice mon to kind of counter that. But this team that I'll be using today should be able to sweep through all of these. I haven't played these guys yet, but they're essentially just more difficult, like kind of high-end trainers from what I understand. Now, to do the Zodiac tablets or to do this grind, you need to get all the Zodiac tablets, which is done by turning in and consuming 288 swarm Pokemon. Now, hopefully you've already done that to this point because it might be a little, we're pushing towards the end of the event. It might be a little late, but I think that grind can be done within around 10 hours. So you can get it done. You can do it, but it'll be a little tight for the average player. Now, the reward you get from actually doing all of this, doing all the swarm Pokemon, and then doing all the swarmons, and then doing all of the, defeating all the Zodiac Masters, is you are awarded with the Zodiac Tang outfit, which is pretty cool, pretty unique. It has some pretty unique properties in PokeMMO. The like hanging sleeves are not something we see a whole lot on vanities, so it'll be a pretty cool outfit. Now, you do have to do these in order. So I'm over here at the Rabbit Master at Berry Forest in Kanto. I'm probably going to go ahead and just jump into this fight. It probably should be a pretty easy fight if I'm not mistaken. My team consists of, and I think you can beat this fight with just like a few. You don't need all these Pokemon, for example. I'm going to put a Life Orb on my Darmanitan, though, down there in the bottom. I have a Murkrow with Prankster and Tailwind, just some sort of Prankster Tailwind Pokemon is super nice. If you don't have Prankster Tailwind, you can just use a really fast Tailwind Pokemon. Then I have a Gym Rerun Typhlosion. This is going to do a lot of work, do a lot of things, KO most Pokemon. Most people will have this as well, so it's a really good one to shout out. Next up, Choice Specs Zapdos with Volt Switch and Discharge, and even Hurricane in certain situations. A Cloyster, a Trainer Rerun Cloyster, does not need to be perfect stats, but a Trainer Rerun Cloyster with 31 attack, 31 speed, and then a plus attack nature, EV trained. You don't need level 100 Pokemon for this fight. I have a lot of level 100s, but they will scale down, I believe, to level 50, so keep that in mind. You don't need level 100s. Mine just happen to be level 100. Our Trainer Rerun Cloyster, and then Garchomp. If you only have a few of these Pokemon, I recommend you don't need the fifth slot is kind of just extra icing on top. I don't think I'll have to use the Darmanitan very much, but the 5 Pokemon that should probably beat all of these very similarly to Cynthia and Morimoto fights, which are also high-end trainers in PokeMMO. Your Tailwind Pokemon, your Typhlosion's nice if you have it, but you don't need it. The 3 that I use that beat Cynthia and Morimoto pretty consistently are Garchomp, Zapdos, and Cloyster. These guys just handle a lot of Pokemon. Cloyster is pure offense, doing a ton of damage with ice offense, but can get hit for like special attacks kind of hard. You can switch Garchomp into a lot of those special attacks, like those grass attacks, those fire blasts, etc. And you can switch, you can also switch Zapdos into a lot of things coming in. Zapdos tanks ice type attacks that are coming towards Garchomp surprisingly well. Same with Cloyster, tanking like physical ice type attacks pretty well. These 3 Pokemon just have a lot of immunities that work super well together. You can switch Garchomp into any electric attack coming in towards Cloyster. It just works. It ends up being a really strong trio. So let's go ahead. This is the person right here. I'm going to go ahead and talk to them. They are the Rabbit Master. They have the Rabbit Zodiac tablet. This is my first time seeing this fight, but that's just how confident I am that hopefully it should be pretty easy. It is a double battle, which is why things like Eruption and Discharge can be pretty powerful, and they are level 100. Okay, I was told they scale down to 50, so that's good to know. They are level 100. I'm assuming that if you have lower level mons, they scale down to 50. That could be that. I could be wrong. That was my understanding. So we do see also a different lead, I believe, than what was said in the. This will be a little harder than I expect. I'm glad I put Scarf over on my. Well, I'm saying it'll be a little bit harder, but I don't even know if that's true. We'll see here. It is Belly Drum, Aqua Jet, Osmoril. So we're gonna have to employ a little bit of strategy here. We should be totally okay still. We're gonna get our Tailwind up. Earth Power's gonna dodge. We're gonna go. I'm gonna personally go Zapdos next, I believe. I think Zapdos next is the play. He obviously wants to go for an Aqua Jet. I think Zapdos can tank it. We can go for a Volt Switch on the Azumarill. I'm going to go for a Foul Play here or something like that. I could just actually no. This is the easiest play of my life. What I can do is just go for a Haze to eliminate a Prankster Haze to eliminate the +6 attack on the Azumarill, which once again shows the power over here of the Zapdos. So if we're doing that, part of me, I think I still just Volt Switch on the Azumarill, but I almost want to just like Hurricane the Nidoqueen, but I'd rather just get a guaranteed KO. There we go. So we're going to tell the Azumarill. Our Typhlosion goes down. We want to go into something that is probably getting, I'm guessing, some sort of Thunderbolt or Ice Beam or some sort of attack from Nidoqueen. Let's just go over to Garchomp. It's a pretty safe switch here. Thunderbolt takes out Murkrow. That's okay. It's kind of Murkrow's job to die here. Just get some utility off and go away. Kind of his job. I want to save Zapdos in the... Actually, I could bring in Zapdos here because I can discharge plus EQ combo in a double battle with my Chomp in Zapdos, which is nice. But I really need to take out this. I need to, number one, abuse my... what's it called while I have it? Abuse my Tailwind, as well as take out this Nidoqueen. This Nidoqueen really, really needs to die, so I'm going to Icicle Spirits, and then probably just Dragon Claw the Umbreon, which is not ideal. I could double up into the Nidoqueen just in case, but I think the Garchomp will outspeed, so I kind of don't want to do that. Helping Hand is actually good for me here. Dragon Claw doing 34% to Umbreon. Icicle Spear does one-shot Nidoqueen, so we essentially Time Walk them there. Easy peasy. It should be a pretty chill fight if you think about things a little bit or can predict things, but obviously people have different varied level of experience. I'm gonna go for Icicle Spear on, I'm shooting like kind of the same thing. Icicle Spear on Wigglytuff. I assume we know that Umbreon has Helping Hand, so if it's gonna keep going for that move, we can keep killing the side Pokemon before it can actually get it off. So we just go for a nice Icicle Spear here on the Wigglytuff, which will probably one-shot. Choice Band Cloyster is just super, super powerful. There it goes. Destroying the Wigglytuff. Same strategy. Same exact thing here. The Lopunny does come in and use Teeter Dance as sort of an enter the battlefield type ability. So that is something to consider. We could double switch here to dodge the confusion. I think that might be the play. I think that's actually worth it, hilariously. The Umbreon most likely. I think the only way we lose is some dumb RNG. So I'd rather go ahead and switch out to reset the confusion. If both of these Pokemon die, that's okay. We probably still win. But the only way we lose this fight is through crazy bad RNG in some way. So I'd rather switch out. Because of that, we get rewarded. Look at that. The Umbreon hits itself in its own Teeter Dance. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I think I just want to go for Discharge here and then switch over to Garchomp with the Darmanitan. Discharge will most likely take out the Umbreon or get really close to it. It might not quite, to be fair. Let's see. The Umbreon is at 43.5. It hits itself in confusion again, thankfully. We do hit it. We do KO it now. We also do 67% to Lopunny. Yeah, a pretty easy fight if you put a little bit of effort into it. Only problem is now my Discharge can't hit. Oh, no, I did click Discharge. Yeah, my Discharge can't hit the Nidoking, which is a little awkward, but I'm just going to EQ here. Should be a done fight. You do not have to use, I think the Garchomp Earthquake just killed them. You don't have to use exactly the team that I use. Just something, coordinated. You do need decent Pokemon. Don't overstress about IVs. That's a big one. I mean, a good example of, look at my Cloyster, right? My Cloyster did absolute work in this fight. 31 attack, 31 speed. Absolutely nothing else in any other stats. And then Lonely Nature. So don't over worry about IVs. Just try to beat the fight in whatever way you can. There we go. Hopefully this gives you a nice little blueprint. That is the Rabbit Master taken care of. All right, next up, going in the same order, right? The next master is going to be the Tiger Master, which is right over to the east of Celadon. Super, super easy to get to. It's over at Route 7. You can just fly over to Celadon, make sure you heal your Pokemon, head down here, and jump into the fight with this guy. So we're going to jump into it. This is the Tiger Master. Let's see what Pokemon he's rocking. I have not looked at this fight yet. I don't know what he has. so I will just be adjusting on the fly per Ugly and Espeon. I kind of, at some point, I'm probably going to lose one of these fights, and that's okay as well, to just show you guys, like, it's okay, you know? If you lose a fight, don't overstress, don't over worry about it, just try again, just keep going. They do fake out my Tailwind, so that's a little unfortunate, but I am Scarf on my Typhlosion, so I go ahead and I get a nice fat Eruption off, doing 100% to Per Ugly and 75% to Espeon. There is no item clause, and I believe no species clause in these as well. So if you want to, something you can do, Magnet Rise. I still have to click Eruption here because I'm Starf, but that's okay. Is there any reason to... I don't know if you can, like, defog or lower the... Hey, I'm trying to think if there's any reason to, like, lower... If I need accuracy... I still need to get a Tailwind up, so we'll just go for that. We'll just do Tailwind into Eruption. My Eruption's going to do very, very, very little damage here, but that's okay. Honestly, more than I expected. 14.4% to the Espeon and 22% to the Electivire. We saw that the Electivire is levitating, so I can't just bring in the Garchomp here to EQ. Which is very relevant. They actually choose to keep the Typhlosion around, which is honestly fine for me. I'm doing like a little bit of chip with it. I don't have Flamethrower on this Typhlosion, unfortunately, but it should be totally fine. Once again, I cannot go Garchomp here in EQ. With Tailwind up, we want to bring one of our slower threats, so I'll just go ahead and bring in Cloyster. They do have double electric type into Cloyster, so my Cloyster is most likely going to die here pretty soon. What I'm going to do, I know that this won't kill it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to Icicle Spear into... Actually, it might kill... It's going to be close. It's going to be really close. I'm just going to Icicle Spear into Luxray, even though there's a good chance that both my Pokemon die here because the chip damage from this is going to be so significant that I think it's worth it. Citrus Berry as well, so it keeps him alive. Gotcha. Wild Charge comes out, plus the Electivire will be taking a little bit of recoil. As long as these guys aren't... I don't know if they are Lightning Rod. I don't know if they're hidden ability or not. This guy might be motor drive, so I don't think I can just go... I can't just go... This is one of the tougher fights, honestly. One of the tougher fights so far that I've seen. I'm trying to think about what to go here. I could just go, like, Darmanitan and U-turn or something like that. I could do a lot of things. I can't really go into Zapdos here and Discharge. I probably just want to outspeed these guys. My Darmanitan's also under-leveled compared to these, and he's level 80, so something to consider. I might spend some XP candies on him here after this fight. I did do enough damage before to KO the Luxray from this HP, so I'll hit into that. I'll Declaw here. Once again, I cannot Earthquake here because they are both Magnet-rized. There goes Luxray. Last two Pokemon, Persian and Liepard. And then since my Garchomp is Starf locked in, what I'm probably going to do here... Maybe the chip is... I mean, the rest of this fight shouldn't matter regardless. I essentially just want to chip down both of them. Declaw did 96. I almost switched out my Garchomp there, and my Icicle Spear kills. I thought about switching out just to, like, reset my Chomp's Scarf move so I could go for Earthquake. I could, like, have, like, Earthquake plus Discharge Zapdos, but I kind of just knew, like, I could do that. It's kind of optimal, but you're going to beat the fight. Don't worry about being hyper optimal. Don't worry about doing the best thing possible. Just worry about beating the fight, and there we go. That is the second fight defeated. Next up is the Pig Master up at Mount Imber, which is on Island 1 in Kanto. Here is the fight. I'm just going to go ahead and jump into it. Consume the Pig Zodiac Tablet to enter the fight. Someone in chat said this was the hardest fight for them out of all of the Masters, so I'm excited to see what this fight looks like. We have a Grumpig Mamoswine start. Eruption plus Tailwind should do wonders here. And then we have Foul Play afterwards, which is honestly nice, into the Grumpig, which is super effective, even though... Or honestly, Foul Play into Mamoswine, both is nice. One of them might be Focus Sash. Mamoswine's not Focus Sash, that's good to see. Grumpig did only take 28% damage, so... Very, very specially defensively tanky, of course, here. Emboar then comes in. Some of these mons, as you can see... So, the signature mon of each player seems to have a signature move like that. So I'm going to go ahead and put Foul Play into Grumpig here and then just Eruption into them. Try to break Embor's sub as well as do some decent chip damage to Grumpig. I like that when you identify the helping hand Pokemon, that's really good. You want to try to destroy the other Pokemon before they can get an attack off, you know? Foul Play coming in, doing a ton of damage there to Grumpig. Exactly what I wanted to see. Plus the Embor targeted the Murkrow. That's really good for me. Okay, this fight's looking pretty chill so far for me, luckily, fortunately. Part of me wants to bring in Discharge Zapdos here. It honestly might be a good time to. What I would do here, if I make that play, which I think is what I do, I bring in Discharge Zapdos. We have Tailwind up, and I click Discharge, and then I switch out to Garchomp, because otherwise my Typhlosion will be taking the discharge damage as well. Super crucial to know what spread moves hit your teammates and what don't. This should be enough damage to kill both of these Pokemon, which is why I felt comfortable like bringing it in, getting a switch. I don't know if that crit mattered. I feel like with Specs Zapdos, I don't think it did, but it's possible. Slowking Musharna come in. This looks like an easy fight for this. One of the easier fights for me. However, they do set up a Trick Room, which makes things, you know, they're gonna both move before me now. But thankfully, I do feel like my Pokemon are tanky enough to where we should be fine. Does Musharna have Levitate is my next question. It does not. Okay, so I can just safely go into Discharge EQ combo here. Discharge EQ combo. There we go. Psychic's going to come out before, do 97%. Almost KO my Garchomp. If my Garchomp can just get his attack off, that's what matters. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So I think it's both of those guys. Oh, Musharna lived. Musharna's a tanky boy. Okay. Tanky girl, excuse me. Tailwind petered out, which is actually good for Trick Room. Primeape comes in. One of my Mons probably dies here, but same thing here. If you want to bring a slow Pokemon for the Trick Room to kind of abuse that later in the fight, you can, but I don't know how relevant that's going to be totally honest. It seems like you can just kind of tank it out. So here comes the Discharge, which probably kills both Pokemon, especially the Primeape after the close combat defense drop. There we go. Pigmaster, one of the easiest for me, done in 3.5 minutes. All right, next up is the Horse Master on Route 16 to the left of Celadon City over in Kanto, and I accidentally just flew to it. Ignore that. All right, let's jump into this fight, see what Pokemon she is rocking, see what strategy you should employ, and see what things to watch out for. So we see a Kingdra Rapidash lead. Murkrow, well, obviously it's gonna be switching up and be a little bit different for everybody, of course. Ooh, the Rapidash gets a free Will-O-Wisp off. So leading with a Fire-type Pokemon might not be a bad idea. However, they do set up Rain for this fight. So also, okay. Having your own weather setter on your team, that is one thing I kind of did neglect. Having your own weather setter for this team might be pretty relevant. Like my Typhlosion is pitiful. This might be my first loss because this is a really bad lead for me. Flash Fire Rapidash being the opposing Pokemon, plus Kingdra taking 9% damage, double resist in rain. Now, my strat here would be to go over to Zapdos, I believe. I'm trying to think if I want to chip anything down first, or just head straight over to, like, either go Garchomp or Zapdos. And I'm trying to think which one. I think I might just go Garchomp, honestly. The Kingdra used Muddy Water. I don't know if it's locked into that, or if it'll throw off like a Draco Meteor or some Dragon Attack. I think I would rather go Garchomp. Because I can EQ and it won't hit the Murkrow. Get a little foul play damage off. We do one-shot the Rapidash. Hurricane comes out, killing my targeting the Murkrow, which is honestly might be a little lucky. We'll take that all day. So now I can perfectly set up what I wanted to, which is Garchomp EQ into Zapdos Discharge. There we go. There we go. There we go. Let's go ahead and go just for Discharge into EQ. This should be the fight. I'm gonna bet that this is the fight done with. I'm gonna bet that this is literally all I needed to win, which is kind of crazy. But I think that's literally gonna be it, boys. Very, 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 very chill fight. The Sawsbuck does live, but it gets full parried from the Discharge, which is always nice to see. I'm just gonna click the same moves. Discharge EQ. Some of these fights are going to be more difficult depending on your team composition. Some are going to be harder. The AI chose to double helping hand, so I guess they realized the fight's over as well, and they just wanted to speed it up, which, you know what, I respect. I respect an opponent FFing at 15. They realize that they've been bested. You know what? It's getting pretty sunny out, fellas. We can do it reasonably. All right, let's keep going. Should be a pretty easy fight. Discharge, EQ. Zebstrika comes in. That'll get absolutely obliterated by Garchomp, EQ. Discharge plus EQ. Stantler it should be enough to take out Stantler. They do go for a T-Wave is another specific mechanic. A T-Wave coming out. There is an Intimidate, at least one Intimidate off, yeah, on the Garchomp. So our EQ damage is lessened a little bit, but Discharge is enough to finish off Stantler. Zebstrika does live at a little bit of HP, but it should be an easy fight. We should be done from here, obviously. Just going to take me one more turn to go ahead and get it taken care of. Zebstrika could have some sort of bounce. I was expecting some sort of like hidden ability Ice or like Ice. I don't think it gets Ice Beam, but possibly hidden ability Ice to take that, which might honestly kill my Garchomp after the special attack boost. There we go. We get a nice relevant crit, of course. There's the Horse Master taken care of. Easy peasy, fellas. We go on. We continue. 4 red envelopes. Honestly, these will add up as well. All right, next up is the Dog Master over at the Water Path in Kanto, which is just northeast of Island 6. You can find the Dog Master right here. Let's go ahead and jump into the fight, just like we have with all the previous ones. Expecting a mostly chill fight. Still doing the same lead, Murkrow with Tailwind plus Eruption Typhlosion, even if it doesn't work all the time against all the fights. It's a pretty powerful lead when it works, and when it doesn't, it's honestly a totally fine sacrifice to a decent extent. They go for a Howl, but honestly, I don't think this should matter. Dodging the Intimidate, once again, with these leads, they double Intimidated, thankfully. My Pokemon is a special attacking Pokemon, so I totally ignore that. I think I might kill here. I might need Specs to kill here. Yeah. Arguably, I should be on Choice Specs Typhlosion. I might switch over to that, honestly. I kind of like it because I don't get my Tailwind off, but I think it's just so important to get some damage off with Typhlosion. I think that's the big meme. If you have Crocodile is probably a really good mon in a lot of these fights as well. This is a situation where like Crocodile would be insane here. I'm probably gonna go over to Garchomp here. Island 6, aren't there 5 islands? There are 7 islands in PokeMMO. We're gonna go for we could just go for Haze. It's not really that good. Like we're only getting rid of a small attack boost, but we might as well just in case. We could go for like Foul Play on our Murkrow, but I don't think it super matters there. There we go. Lucario. Okay, this will be a really easy fight. Once again, Lucario and Mightyena coming in here. This is a point where I can go. The Intimidate's a little rough, to be fair. But I would just go. Actually, what I can do is I can Haze again to get rid of our attack drops, which is relevant here on the Garchomp being -1 attack. So we're going to go ahead and go for that play. It gets rid of all stat boost, positive or negative. We go ahead and go for the Haze. Lucario is Sash, which makes a lot of sense. Or it's Citrus Berry plus Sash. Wait, what? Is it double itemed? Oh, the Mightyena is Citrus Berry, excuse me. Mightyena is Citrus Berry, Lucario is Sash. They focus the Murkrow, which I will take all day. Thank you so much, honestly. We can put Foul Play here into Mightyena. Don't think I'll need it. That's fine. We'll take the... Dude, the Murkrow is putting in work here. Also, our Murkrow is not sashed. Or, it actually just naturally lived at 1 HP from a Lucario close combat, which is pretty funny. Take a little bit of crunch damage. Don't mind if I do. No worries, no worries. Our opponent has very few Pokemon left. I will go ahead and bring in my Discharge EQ combo now. But how's the Master Grind going? It's like it's easier than I expected, honestly. It's very, very chill. Now, you need to have decent enough Pokemon created to make it chill, which is fair. But, like, I feel like you could grind, like, once again, similar to my new character challenge right now, where I made 1 million Pokeyen in 1 day, grinding Abundant Shrine on a new character from scratch during the event. You could grind 1 million Pokeyen within, not even 1 day, it was 6 hours. Like, 6 hours of grinding Abundant Shrine. As a new player, I made 1 million Pokeyen. Like, you can do it. You could spend that 6 hours grinding a million Pokeyen and get enough high level and good Pokemon to take on all the Zodiac Masters in a heartbeat. And then you would get a vanity that's worth 2 mil. So you double up your money. Even that's if you spend a million Pokeyen building a full team for this, which I don't think you should. / should have to. Arcanine does obliterate my Garchomp, which I respect. We'll just go into whatever here. It shouldn't matter. We're just trying to kill our opponent. We could just Ice Shard here so we get off some damage. Discharge would kill our Cloyster, so we want to make sure we get an attack off first. We're just going to take out the Arcanine. Do enough damage. There we go. That is the Dog Master defeat. We still have a fair few of them left, so it takes a fair bit of time. But you can beat them all in about 5 minutes of fight, or less. Next up is the Goat Master over at Route 10 in Kanto. You can just fly directly over to this location, and he's right here, so it's really, really, really easy to get to. Probably one of the easiest. Let's go ahead and jump into it. This is the Goat Master on Route 10. Rhydon and Absol come out with the lead. We should be pretty good into this. Rhydon will take a decent amount of damage, honestly, from Eruption. There is rain. Is it raining out? Is it raining in game? I'm surprised. That's hilariously not good. Like, hilariously not good. I'm still just going to stay in, go for Tailwind, and go for Eruption. But the rain out, I assume in the overworld, is actually going to hurt me a fair bit here in this fight, which is kind of funny, you know? Absol almost dies. Right here, right into a fair bit of damage. The Typhlosion lives for now. That might wipe them both. So we get double Rock Slided, which is totally okay. Now we can just bring in... Do we bring in... I'm trying to think. I don't think we bring in Zapdos yet. I'm trying to think what the play is here. Because it won't hit Rhydon, and Rhydon's the one with the most HP and stuff. So I'm trying to think what the... We might just go Cloyster Darmanitan, actually, weirdly. I'm trying to think. Cloyster Darmanitan. I don't have a great special... This is a weird situation. I don't have a special attacker on my team that can hit Rhydon very well. Very defensive wall Pokemon. I think I go... This is actually one of my tougher fights for my team. So what I'm going to do personally... I'm also a little worried the Absol is Sucker Punch. I could Ice Shard to avoid that, I think, but I don't know if it's super worth it. I think I'm just going to go into Rhyperior and go Icicle Spear into Rhydon, and then I might even double up into Flare Blitz here, just to make sure this Rhydon dies. I'm even only doing 25% with, you know, Sheer Force, Life Orb. That might kill, though, I think. Okay, so we do take out... That's what I wanted to make sure we took out that guy. That's okay. Now that he's gone, we should be good for most of the rest of the fight. If these guys take some HP damage, that is totally okay. He has a Rhydon and a Rhyperior? Okay, this is my nightmare. This is a little bit my nightmare. I am Life Orb, not what's it called. I could U-turn into Absol here, which I think is something I might do. I could U-turn Absol, kill the Absol, go into Garchomp, and tank the inevitable Rock Slide that is coming my way. / possible Earthquake. If it's Earthquake, obviously we could go Zapdos, but it's a risk if it's a Rock Slide. Icicle Spear thankfully one-shots the Rhyperior. We get a crit. That, I think, was a relevant crit for sure. I think that crit was relevant. I could be wrong. Hit 5 times. I think that crit was actually relevant to do enough damage there. So thankfully we get a lucky crit there. That's one of the tougher fights for me, for sure. That was legit tough. And then in this situation, I think I want to... Am I locked in? I'm locked in, aren't I? There's a chance my Cloyster lives my Garchomp's EQ. So just in case, I'm going to EQ and go for Icicle Spear. But yes, that's what I thought. I was like, there's a chance this actually lives this. So just in case, I'll throw that up. The Ampharos did tank my Earthquake way better than expected. So the Cloyster lives, tanks the attack. Perfect. Exactly what I was hoping for. And now I can just go into Darmanitan here. And, well, actually, do I? Because no, I actually don't. This is a little tough. This is going to be a little tough. I think I go over to my... I can't go for, like, I can't go for Discharge here. It'll lock me in and put me in a weird situation. I think I hilariously go for... Actually, we have Rain Up. We can abuse the fact that we have Rain Up because of the overworld. Or it's just a fight mechanic. I'm not totally sure. I'm going to go ahead and straight up go for Hurricane into Whimsicott, EQ into the rest. Yup, we can abuse the fact that we have Rain Up. Bro's playing it out like his life depends on it. It's a pretty chill fight, but I think it's cool to show off the, you know, it's cool to show off the different strategies you could employ, just the thought process of these fights. It's kind of similar to PvP in a way, where there's a fair bit of strategy to factor in and different options and yada yada yada, right? The Garchomp actually lives that, which is awesome. Sticky Barb is funny. This should be the end of this fight. So a little bit more difficult. A 5-minute fight instead of a 3-minute fight. Oh, very, very hard. Very, very difficult. There we go. That is the Goat Master defeated. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left. So we are halfway done, fellas. We are halfway done. Nice fight. GG's. All right, next up is the Snake Master, which is kind of deep into Mount Moon, so I do want to show you how to get there. You want to fly over to Route 4 in Kanto, head inside Mount Moon, head over here to the first ladder right here. Go ahead and go down that. Make sure you have max repels popped or you're trolling. Head down here, head to the left. Boom, bam, and then you're right here. So it's kind of easy, but if you don't know where it's at, it'd be frustrating to find. So there you go. It's the same as all the raid den locations, obviously, if you haven't picked that up as well. Let's just go ahead and jump into this fight. This is the Snake Master. He's got Superior and Steelix lead. I'm going to go ahead and make the assumption that it's contrary Superior, because if I don't, it could bite me in the butt and become really, really scary. It does get to set up a Reflect as its sort of pre-battle mechanic. A lot of these fights and Mons have pre-battle mechanics, as we've seen. This is a really, really good fight for Tailwind Eruption. We one-shot the Superior. Proc the Steelix is sturdy. Looking pretty good here. And we get super lucky, and our Typhlosion dodges the Rock Slide. Wow, okay. I mean, that's just the icing on the cake. Also, the Melodic mechanic is to summon instead of Light Screen. This is the perfect situation. Oh, I almost misclicked. Just once again, think about your fights. Just take every turn step by step. I can actually defog. I can actually go ahead and defog now, get rid of both screens now that they've taken the time to set them up, and just totally delete that benefit from them. It does give Melodic a competitive proc. However, it's using Helping Hand, so we should be okay here. Once again, abusing Helping Hand users is one of my favorite things to do in Pokemon. This should finish off the Steelix. Only do 25% to Melodic. Obviously a pretty tanky Pokemon. And a water type, so it makes sense. I kind of want to be able to bring in my Zapdos plus Garchomp combo here, but I'm just not quite there yet. I'll probably just go for a foul play into... I probably should foul play into Melodic, because I think Melodic lives, whereas the Seviper probably goes down, but just kidding, the Seviper does have Focus Sash, I believe. Unless it just naturally lives at 1 HP. Okay, I was like, did it actually? It did have Sash. Okay, for a second there, I was like, oh shit, did it naturally live at 1 HP? That'd be pretty crazy. But nope, we did get it taken care of. A crit on Murkrow comes in. Seviper goes for Gunk Shot. Okay, we're kind of chipping down our Typhlosion, but that's okay. We still have our Garchomp. Our Garchomp Zapdos combo in the back. Do we have Tailwind up? We do still have Tailwind up. I'm wondering if I should go... I think I just go Darmanitan here. I think I just go Darmanitan. And then I probably just go for... Flare Blitz, I think, just still does the most damage, but I could be wrong. Even though it's not very effective against Melodic. Actually, I could just show Superpower. Well... No, I'm maybe this is wrong mathematically, but I think the Sheer Force plus Life Orb, I think the Sheer Force might actually make Flare Blitz. It might be, its Superpower might be a little more, but it will get. Perfection does not really matter in these fights. I'm sure do decent. Do we lose the tablet if we lose the fight? You consume the tablet, you can just come back. If you lose the fight, you can just come back and do it again. Don't worry about it. Don't overstress. Don't, I think a lot of people stress about these fights, and I just, the biggest thing I can encourage is just to chillax. It'll be okay. If you just if you don't give up against these fights, you'll eventually win. These fights are I would say these are easily doable by all players. Like, you have to have Pokemon at the right level, but if you have a team of 50s, this is definitely content that is very, very doable by everybody, in my opinion, honestly. the more I've thought about it. Do I care about superpowering and killing the Dunsparce for sure? I think I'd rather just kill the Arbok. I'd rather just Flare Blitz into the Arbok. Typhlosion is so cool. He's very cool and is a very good PvM Pokemon in PokeMMO. A lot of people will probably already have him from gym reruns, and he's really, really good against these Pokemon. Typhlosion put in so much work here. He's going to die this turn, of course, but he went absolutely bonkers here, and he tanked an attack from the Dunsparce, which I'll take all day. Next up, we're going to go into our Cloyster and just go Flare Blitz into Icicle Spear, finish out the Dunsparce. That'll be this fight taken care of. That is the Snake Master defeated. Next up is the Monkey Master over in Viridian Forest. This fight was done in under 5 minutes. Make sure to bring either have an escape rope or a dig ocarina to get out of this cave by the time you're done the fight. That's also important to keep in mind. All right, next up is the Monkey Master, which is over in Viridian Forest. Pretty easy to find. You want to head into the forest, run around, and eventually you'll find him running around over here by the raid den once again. The infamous Slacking raid den, I believe, if I remember correctly. Infernape and Simisear are the 2 leads. Now, a lot of these monkeys are pretty fast. Like, Simisear is shockingly fast. I think it's like 110 or 112 speed. It's faster than you would realize. So just keep that in mind for sure. I'm just gonna go ahead and go for a Tailwind. Go for like Infernape even uses an agility, so Infernape might outspeed me even after Tailwind. I guess this is where the Scarf hopefully comes through. Yeah, with Scarf, I should be able to get an attack off, and just getting one attack off with Eruption is so nice. This Typhlosion definitely should have Flamethrower, but it just doesn't, which is also something to have Flamethrower on your Pokemon. It's nice just to have that option. Rock Slide comes through. I can haze the speed here since I have no other. Yeah, I think there's no reason not to. I already have the other. I have no other boosts. I might as well use this turn to do that. The Murkrow will probably die before it gets a Foul Play off, so we'll just go ahead and go for that. Brick Break comes out, KOing the Murkrow, which is really good. It tanked an extra attack. I will take that all day. Acrobatics comes out, KOing the Typhlosion. This is still a very okay fight. This is the point where if you had Crocodile, he would go bonkers here, bringing in Crocodile. I might honestly replace my Darmanitan in the back with a Crook. It's kind of tempting. This is a really good position for this. So we can go Discharge into EQ combo here, and this probably sweeps the whole fight, but I could be mistaken. Someone said, do you think Blaziken could be meta? Blaziken just is meta in a lot of raids. It's a really good... Fire and Fighting are probably the 2 strongest types in raids, and Blaziken hits both of those typings. So Blaziken just is meta. It just is meta for a lot of raids in PokeMMO. It's not the best choice in a lot of options, but it's a really good kind of versatile choice. You do have to fix the speed on it, though, by going for a Tailwind. Same thing here, I think. Just Discharge EQ. Slacking is in this raid, which is kind of crazy. Curious to see how much damage we do. We almost KO both of them, but not quite, I believe. We do get a para on the Slacking, which might be hyper relevant. If it gets para'd and then it has to Truant the next turn, that would be so good. An HP Ice comes out from the Simisage. This fight's going to be a little close. I'm going to be so honest. My Slacking PTSD is triggering. And Slacking kills my Zapdos. This is going to be a tough fight, boys. And my Tailwind peters out. Okay. This is going to be an interesting fight. Now, Simisage has the special attack boost, but not... Am I banded? Oh, I really want to click Ice Shard on this to take out the Sage, but I don't think I can. I don't know if I'm faster than the Sage. Am I plus speed on any... Oh, I think the... This is going to be awkward. I'm going to be so honest. This is going to be awkward. I think my only bet here is to go for Icicle Spear here, Flare Blitz. Flare Blitz? I think I have to Flare Blitz here to get all the damage I need. Thankfully, we outspeed. I was a little worried about that, man. That's so huge. Was a little worried about that. Thankfully, we do outspeed. Take out that guy. Take out this. Our Darmanitan's going to start taking chip. Then comes in Simipour and Ambipom. Ambipom's definitely going to fake me out here. Can you use items? You can use some items in this raid. This is a situation where it might be worth to go ahead and throw up a revive with one of your Pokemon's turns. The question is which one, because the Ambipom most likely goes for a fake out, but which Pokemon will it fake out is the question. Maybe Darmanitan would be my guess, but you're also risking missing out on damage. This is gonna be a close fight. This is gonna be super close. I'm gonna go for Icicle Spear into. If we go into Ambipom, we like double up. He just goes for Tail Swip. No Tail Slap, no fake out. So we're okay. We Flare Blitz, one-shot the Ambipom. Okay, that probably wipes out my Darm. If the Simipour has a way to one-shot my Cloyster here, I just lose. Would be super. My first loss would be super unfortunate. I think we're gonna be fine. Oh no! As I say that, so this is the first loss. I did lose one, and that's okay. It's gonna happen, but we can just redo this fight. I'll show you guys the W here in a quick sec. All right, here is the Monkey Master defeated, I believe. It was a pretty easy fight. Just took a second attempt. Sometimes the things just have to roll your way. I did change my lead. However, I don't think the lead change was actually good. Like, I don't think you need to change your lead. Just kind of retry it until you beat it, and there you go. Boom, boom. That is the Monkey Master defeated. Next is the Ox Master over on Route 11. Right, next up is the Ox Zodiac Master, which is over to the east of Vermilion in Kanto, which is right over by the Tauros raid, of course. We're going to go ahead and fight her, see what this fight looks like. Yup, consume the Ox Zodiac tablet. Once again, you do consume the tablet to earn the ability to fight them, but if you lose, you can just go refight them. Don't worry about it. Don't overstress, you know. Yeah, you get a 2 mil vanity from completing this. Why sunglasses? It's very bright outside right now, and I had sun glaring on my face. Hippo plus Miltank are the two leads. It says Ox Master. This is looking more like a cow fight, if you ask me. I'll say the lore inconsistency. Let's go ahead and go for. I've read this for my lead as well. Let's go for Tailwind here, and I guess we can just EQ. It's totally fine. It's not going to do too much damage to Hippo by any means, unfortunately. But once again, sometimes the AI just double helping hands. So. Sure, like, you know, you get some W's there, I guess. We'll take it, I guess. Sure, why not? Very, very strange. I'm going to foul play into the Hippo and just continue my Earthquake spam. Helping Hand comes out again. I guess if you just get this lead, they just double Helping Hand, which is really funny. This might be a pretty good fight for going Tailwind lead into Cloyster Icicle Spear as well. Foul play comes out, doing really good chip, 28%. 28% to the Hippo. Really slow fight due to the way this is playing out, but really easy. I'll take the double Helping Hand lead any day of the week. Give me an easy KO for 2 Pokemon. We are going to take out the... I thought we were going to take out the Miltank there, but not quite. This is a situation where Crocodile would come in and sweep up amazingly. Once again, we're almost done here. Can I reset Tailwind? Not quite. I almost wanted to take advantage of like setting up a second Tailwind here. Very funny fight. It's very funny. They're just giving each other high fives constantly. There's the first 2 leads taken care of. Finally, took a second, but very, very easy. It seems like the weathers for these fights are permanent. I could have been Hippo setting it up, to be fair, with Sandstream. Tauros and Bouffalont come in next. They do get off Intimidates. I'm going to go ahead and go for a Haze then, which will also lower the defense drop. I've really enjoyed having the Haze. It's been super, super helpful. Probably just Haze into EQ, getting rid of the attack drops and the defense drops. EQ coming in and doing 50% damage, which is enough. I'm keeping an eye out for more ground types. I kind of want to bring in Zapdos next. They double target Murkrow, which I'm very, very happy with. I think I am going to go ahead and bring in Zapdos next. Do I need to, though? I don't think I need to, honestly. 55.2 to Tauros and Bouffalont. I'm doing 40. I'm actually just going to go... Yeah, I'm just going to go Typhlosion. The reason I'm not bringing in Zapdos right now is because I don't know if they're going to bring in ground types after this. To be fair... Oh, I did kind of fuck up, to be fair. But I'm going to kill my Typhlosion here. This is kind of a mistake, but that's okay. If my Typhlosion lives, but it does not. This was actually a misplay by me, but... Once again, these guides are meant to show, you can make mistakes. You don't have to play perfectly, and you can win these fights. You know, it's a big, big part of these. Now I'll go ahead and bring in the Zapdos. Okay, no ground type, to be fair. Bastiodon is, I think, Steel Rock. So I can actually go ahead and discharge that, and it'll do a fair amount of damage. because it's very, very weak to special attacks. Yeah, Earthquake, honestly, hitting Bastion down to 1 HP, I am kind of shocked by. I know it's like super effective, maybe even 4 times, but it's very, very physically defensive. But I guess that's why I wish Bastion was better in PvP. Very cool Pokemon, but there we go. There's the backup ground type I was worried about for Discharge. However, it's also a Camerupt, which will get absolutely destroyed by my Earthquake, so we're just going to spam through it. Another under 5-minute fight, or it should be in one more turn. After he throws off some sort of attack, he might be able to KO my Garchomp, but even if he does, it's okay. He doesn't even quite do it. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I'm going to Control Z here. If you really want to speed things up, you can hold Control A or Control Z just like that, which will spam through your moves as quickly as possible. And there we go. You can also plug in a controller and just hold A if you play with controller. There is the Ox Master defeated. We have 3 more left. All right, next up is the Rooster Master over in Savault Canyon. There's really only one way you can go in Savault Canyon, so it's pretty hard to get lost / pretty easy to find. Let's just go ahead and jump into it. This is the Rooster fight. Blaziken and Polion leads. I did mean to switch back to my Typhlosion as my second Pokemon in the lead, but got kind of lucky here because Garchomp actually hits both of these Pokemon extremely well. So we're going to go for Tailwind into Earthquake. I mean, this combo honestly works fine because Garchomp, EQ dodges the Murkrow. We're going to one-shot both of the opposing Pokemon. Pretty hard to lose from that position. If you can get one attack off like that, one Earthquake, one Eruption that just one-shots the opposing Pokemon on the first turn, it's pretty hard to lose. Staraptor is going to be a little complicated because I can't actually hit it, obviously, here. There is Rain Set as well. I also probably can't kill Scrafty. It's a pretty tanky Pokemon. I am going to go for Haze here once again, like we've done before, to go ahead and get rid of... Honestly, what I could have done is just switch out my Garchomp. It wouldn't have been a bad play here, since I know I'm not doing that much damage. But I'm hoping they just target the Murkrow, which they seem to do. They love to hit this Murkrow. They do Super Fang my Garchomp. I might go for that play here where I foul play into... Maybe I foul play into... I do foul play into Scrafty, maybe. I don't know if it matters. Foul play into Staraptor. I'm going to make a switch. Because I kind of want to keep my Garchomp HP a little up. So I can have a combo with my Zapdos. Have somebody to bring in. I think I would rather either just sack switch over to Darm or Typhlosion or something like that. I think of who does less in this fight. I honestly could pretty safely not even sack switch, but like switch over to Cloyster here. Cloyster is a pretty big defensive tank. Both of these Pokemon are physical attackers. If he Super Fangs me, it's one thing, but Rock Slide was going to do 30%. We'll take it. Now we safely switch in our Cloyster. I'm kind of just bringing in my weaker Pokemon here. I'm going to go ahead and bring in Darmanitan. I can go Superpower into Scrafty here, Icicle Spear into Staraptor. This should take out both of these Pokemon. Using my 2 weaker mons in this fight, if I can bring out the Garchomp Zapdos combo, this fight should be over. I feel like they'll absolutely obliterate this fight. There's those 2 mons taken care of. I might even be able to just take this fight out without even needing to use my strong combo at all. I kind of just want to Control Z here, honestly. I don't know if it matters. They do get up a Tailwind plus Rocks. That's a little awkward. I'm going to Control Z here. They're going to outspeed me, of course. Yeah, I think that makes it a little more awkward, but it doesn't really change how I play this. That's okay. Yeah, they kind of earned that with a good Tailwind plus Rock setup there. We do Icicle Spear, taking out the Archeops. It's just Braviary left, which allows me to just go over to... I think Zapdos. I could go to other Pokemon and try to stall out the Tailwind, but we should be fine. I'm just going to click Discharge here. Actually, I could just click Thunder. Let me just, since I'm not locked in, it's only 1 mon left. Yeah, I should always just click Thunder here. There's Rain up. They go for the Cloyster, take out the Cloyster, and now I can go for a nice big Thunder, 100% accuracy, which should easily take out the Braviary, especially after the defense drops. Boom, bam, that's that fight over. That's the Rooster fight done in under 4 minutes. 2 left. We have Rat Master and the Dragon Master. Oh, and from that fight, we do get 6 lucky red envelopes. I did not realize that reward was on the table. Those are 40k a piece or so at the moment. That's 240k. That is way more Pokeyen earned. I've only seen red envelopes received so far. They're actually 46k at the moment. Wow, that is 276,000 Pokeyen, not including the vanity from doing that. Okay, this grind got you way more Pokeyen than I expected. That's actually incredible. Next up is the Victory Road spot over in Kanto, which is kind of annoying to get to. All right, over for Kanto Victory Road, you want to pop a max repel, head inside of Victory Road. You do need strength, I believe, to get to the location. Yeah, you have to strength this boulder. Luckily, I have a strength ocarina. If you have that, it's going to make it a lot easier, but you could also just use a different Pokemon or slot it in on one of your Pokemon that doesn't have an important move. You want to head over here, if I recall correctly. Going based off of memory, and then head over here, I believe, and it should be right around, yep, right here. So it's a little annoying to get to. You need strength, but it's not too shabby. This is the Rat Master, I believe. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Only 2 more left, fellas. You must do this in every region. No, you only have to do this in one region. That would be a lot longer of a grind if you had to go do this in every region. All the other region locations are in the Discord if you're interested. I could show those at the end of the video, though, if people are interested as well. Let's go ahead and go for... This is a really easy fight, it looks like, with this setup. Tailwind into Earthquake, obliterating these 2 little field mice. See you later, mates. Absolutely obliterated. Raichu does seem to have Focus Sash, so it will live for a sec. If it has HP Ice, it could take out the Garchomp, but nope. Just going for a Discharge. I will take that all day. Sandslash comes in next, which is could be problematic. Goes for an SD. I'm going to go ahead and go for the Haze here. Could go for Foul Play. Part of me wants to go for Foul Play, but I don't know if I'll be... Actually, Sandslash is so slow. I'm going to go for the Foul Play. This is kind of greedy. Haze is probably safer. I'm going to go for EQ into Foul Play here. Sandslash is just such a weak Pokemon. Dude, Sandslash is such a... I wish this Pokemon was good. I think this is a really cool Pokemon. I wish it was good. No Moxie Krook. You could use Moxie Krook. I've talked about it many times throughout the video. You could use Moxie Krook in place of Darmanitan would be my recommendation in the back. Anything we have to click here with our Murkrow, we're pretty much just good. Our Tailwind is still up. I'm going to try to click Foul Play on Excadrill, but we're probably good. We literally just one-shot both. This is the easiest one so far for me. We do get a crit on Excadrill, which might have mattered, honestly. A pretty defensive Pokemon to some extent. Not the bulkiest Mon, but can tank some defensive attacks. Emolga is the last one left, though, so we can't actually Earthquake this. So we will need to bring in our Cloyster after this to get this taken care of. This would have been a good thing to just control Z through as well. Our Cloyster should be able to outspeed, take care of this thing. Foul Play does 58, or our Murkrow can just go hard, I guess, and take care of the Emolga. My bad for even considering that it couldn't be able to. We're going to go ahead and head over to... I'm going to go Cloyster here personally, and then just switch on the Garchomp's turn. Icicle Spear, and then switch. So we don't outspeed our Cloyster, EQ it, cause some sort of problem, you know. Yeah, actually the Emolga causes some problems. One-shotting my Cloyster in return. If we get 1v9'd by this Emolga, honestly, I deserve it. That's the most based Pokemon I've ever seen, so fair enough, dude. I'm gonna head over to Zapdos here and just go for... I kind of want to just click Volt Switch. I don't think this thing has it. I don't think it has like an absorbing move. We're going to go Volt Switch into... It does have an absorbing move? Okay, well... 9,000 hours played, by the way. Keck W. For Darman... If I actually kind of hope we get... If we get 1v9 by the Emolga, that's just better content. I'll be so honest. That's actually so funny. That's actually so deserved. Okay, we'll head back over to Garchomp now. Yeah, throwing for content as per usual. We'll head back to the Garchomp. He randomly decides to go for acrobatics there. Okay, sure. This fight actually becoming complicated is so funny. I'm just gonna go for D-Claw here and then Eruption. There we go. We finally take down the absolute beast that is Emolga. Almost 1v9'd. True and real. Actually needs to be nerfed. Too powerful for Pokemon. 6 Lucky Reds again. That's plus 270k, boys. That is actually so nice. On to our last master, the Dragon Master over at Route 21 in Kanto. Alrighty, this is the final Zodiac Master, the Dragon Master. I think this one was, if I recall correctly, decently difficult last year. Hydreigon and Salamence come out. I'm going to be setting up Tailwind into Eruption just for some chip. Honestly, this is probably a fight where Typhlosion is the weakest. They set up their own Tailwind as well. Thankfully, I still should be able to outspeed. Also, the Intimidate doesn't really hurt me too much there. Go for Eruption here. Tailwind into our own Eruption. We should go first. Yeah, get off some chip damage. I'll be switching over to Cloyster here as soon as possible. Or maybe if both of my Mons die, I'll probably go Garchomp Zapdos. Salamence EQs and his teammate Hydreigon having Levitate. Super good. We get a really lucky dodge on a Draco Meteor, but I don't even know if it's that lucky, honestly. We have -1 attack, but it's irrelevant here. I'm just going to go for Foul Play into the Salamence. It's physical. Whereas the Hydreigon is probably a special attacker. Our Typhlosion's job is just to get chip here. Just do as much damage as possible. It's not doing too much. You could honestly just replace the Typhlosion with something else here. We might lose this fight. This is looking like a pretty difficult fight, but we'll have to see. The Murkrow is at 100% HP here, which is actually awkward. Like, really awkward. Trying to think of... We do a ton of damage with our Foul Play, though, to the Salamence. That's nice to see. Maybe I can just... Actually, what I want to do here... What I want to do here, personally, is go to Darmanitan and U-turn. This might be kind of troll, though. Or we still have one Tailwind up, so I'm just going to Foul Play into Salamence. Go for U-turn into Hydreigon. U-turn should just kill the Hydreigon. We need to switch in something that can tank the possible... Salamence went for Declaw last turn. And then, what's it called? Earthquake before. I'm assuming it's going for Earthquake here. We're going to go into Zapdos. Other option for Zapdos. I'm going to be so honest. I kind of feel like Zapdos is irreplaceable, which is unfortunate. You can definitely do this fight with other strategies and with other Pokemon, but I don't think you can do the exact... Zapdos is just so... good and does a very specific niche thing. The Garchomp coming in there is unfortunate, but we also do get Rain set up, which is pretty interesting. Our Tailwind has not petered out quite yet. I kind of want to switch out my Zapdos, but I'm trying to think what to. I'm going to go Foul Play into Garchomp. Do I really want to Discharge into this? Actually, I haven't selected a move. That's interesting. So I could go Hurricane into Garchomp or Hurricane into something. I kind of like that because I haven't selected a move. I'm going to go Hurricane into Garchomp, which does OKO, showcasing the power of Zapdos. That's insane. Like, stab, special attack, flying, hitting for neutral specs, one-shotting one of the tankiest, powerfulest Pokemon. That's honestly crazy. That's pretty wild. Really surprised. Dragonite with its own Hurricane KOing my Murkrow, which is honestly ideal situation for me. I can now switch over to... My Tailwind does peter out there. I either want to go... I'm on Hurricane, though, not... what's it called? So I think I just go Cloyster here. Since I'm locked into Hurricane anyway, not even Discharge, I can do this. The Intimidate's a little annoying for my Cloyster. I'm going to go Ice... I'm out of Tailwind. Man, I really want to Ice Sharp. I don't think it kills now. I don't think it kills now. I'm going to go Spear into Dragonite, Hurricane into Gyarados. Hurricane and Gyarados is 87% damage. Citrus Berry does heal him up a little bit, but it shouldn't matter. We do get a Confuse. The Icicle Spear does come out before the Dragonite attack, so pretty lucky there. Able to one-shot the Dragonite every time there, obviously, which is awesome. Whatever the Gyarados does here, it should be fine, or it could hit itself in Confusion, or it could Waterfall. That's totally okay. That probably takes out the Zapdos, but that's, once again, okay. It's going to be a little tight here. I'm going to go Garchomp here, assuming that Rain could eventually wear out, allowing my Darmanitan to do a little bit more in this fight. I'm going to go Icicle Spear into, I think, just Zard, which is kind of funny, but I think true. And like Declaw into... He's doing water type attacks. I'm worried if the... This is a tough one. Do I double up into... I think I have to kill the Gyarados. I need to kill the Gyarados because I can kill the Darmanitan, or kill the Zard with Darmanitan. I don't think I can kill the Gyarados with Darmanitan. I think the Gyarados would actually kill my Darm in the 1v1. So we're going to get rid of that. Charizard throws up its own Hurricane. This is the last and final fight, boys. We're coming to a close here. This will be the end of it. One more turn left, and it's the Zodiac Masters completed. You absolutely adore to see it. Let's just go for Flare Blitz. Let's just click whatever moves. There it is, boys. All Zodiac tablets done. Took me about an hour or so, honestly. Maybe like an hour, 10 minutes, hour 15. So it wasn't super short, but you can do, if you speed run it, you could do it a lot quicker. It's like 5 minutes per fight. And you also get the Zodiac Tang outfit after you complete them directly. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. There it is, boys. That is all the Zodiac Masters done. The Zodiac Tang outfit complete. Some lucky reds gotten as well, which is awesome. I didn't expect to get those, as well as some red envelopes from completing them. So really good Pokeyen. Kind of shocked at how much Pokeyen I actually was able to gain. Let's do a few calculations. I believe all of these reds were from... Does that make sense? Actually, some of these reds might be from something else. So let's do... It was like 4 reds... I think I want to say it's 40 reds I got, like 4 reds per 10 of the fights, right? So I'm going to guesstimate that it was around 40 red envelopes from these. Let's calculate total Pokeyen from swarms, or try to calculate a total Pokeyen from swarms. If you do all the Zodiac Masters and turned in all the swarms for Cherish Balls. So red envelopes are 4,500 a piece. So we'll do 4,500 times 40K, or sorry, 4K. I did not do this math right. 4,500 times 40. 180K on the red envelopes. Honestly, pretty good. And you've also got the lucky reds, which are 46K times, I think we got 12 of them. I think that's right. I think 12. We just got 6 twice. So that's 552K there. So 552K from those, plus the 180K. So just with the red envelopes, it's 732K. And this is subject to change, but if you calc the the Tang outfit, excuse me, at 2.2 mil, 2.2, that puts us at 2.9 mil. And then also, you would have gotten how many mysterious Cherish Balls from turning in? So let's just say we're at 2.9 mil at the moment. Let's do 288 swarms divided by 8, which is how many mysterious Cherish Balls you would have gotten. So 36 mysterious Cherish Balls, which are around 60K a piece. Let's do 59K, I guess, which is 2.1 mil. So 2.1 mil plus 2.9. You're going to end up making around 5 million Pokeyen flat. That's really, really good for 10 hours to do the swarms. And then it's 10 hours to do the swarms. And then about 1 hour to do all the Zodiac Masters. If you do it all efficiently, obviously. So that's 11 hours to make 5 mil. That's 456K per hour. That's so good. That's really, really good. For a grind that anybody can do if you have all 5 regions done. It's going to be harder if you don't have all 5 regions done, but that is so easily doable for newer players, intermediate players, your average players. That's really, really awesome. 456K Pokeyen, 456K Pokeyen per hour is incredible. I'm really shocked by how good this was this year. That's like really, really, really impressive, honestly. And that's the end of Swarms. Swarms are done. We did Swarms. Zodiac Masters were done. A big part of the event over. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully it was helpful. Like the video if it was. Subscribe to the YouTube channel for daily Pokemon videos every single day. I do upload every single day. Follow the Twitch for streams like this live, usually Monday through Thursday, but whenever possible during events. Discord's down below if you're interested in that. And if you want to go above and beyond and support the content, if my videos, if my guides have been helpful to you during the event, if they've been a benefit to your Pokemon journey and you can afford it, YouTube memberships, Twitch Primes, Twitch subs, and PayPal/Venmo donations do go an extremely long way. So thank you to everyone who goes above and beyond and supports. I'll see you guys later. Peace, Reno. Hey, thank you so very much for watching until the very end of the video. That means the world to me. And if your name is listed here, you're the reason I'm able to do this in the first place by going above and beyond and supporting the channel via YouTube memberships and Twitch Primes. Thank you so much. Have a great day.